Hello everybody, my name is Thor Young. I'm a moderator at Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a little recap for you today. Today's recap's actually going to be pretty easy. I didn't trade a lot of tickers. I traded 4 tickers today. 2 of them ended up at break even. 2 of them ended up going the distance. So very excited about that. So before we get going into the trades, I just wanted to ask you, if you don't mind, to throw me a little like. Also, if you have a moment, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. That way you'll be aware of when our new material comes available. So, on to the trades. So, first trade we have here is CCL. One thing I've really been trying to work on a lot the past couple of days for me is patience. One thing I've noticed is that my hit rate has dropped recently a little bit, and most of that is due to overly aggressive trades at the open. So today my goal was to try and wait outside 1, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, try not to get in too aggressively, wait for something to set up, and then take it. So my one of my trades, as you can see here, is on Carnival Cruise Lines. Carnival Cruise Lines, if you've been following up here on my 1-minute chart, if you can follow Carnival Cruise Lines, and my pivot strategies, I tend to go short off of S4. Now, I have some other videos on those. Now, S4 gives me 2 options, right? An extreme breakout, right, to go in transition to new value, or it can give me a really nice reversal. So we were holding underneath S4 in the pre-market, so I really just wanted to see this thing test S4 a couple of times. We came back, we tested it, we got under the opening price, we wicked the opening price and made a new 1-minute low, so I went ahead and went short here. And I used the top of my entry candle. Got a nice little move down, took a partial here. I think just probably, I think it's just a little shy of 2R. I think it's at cause I actually was gonna drop the order down here at like a little lower, and but it filled me a little bit on the uptick. So not quite 2R, but then more off here, more off there, and then a little add. And then the stock started to chop, low volume. You can see on my L2 over here that we've got lots of orders to both sides. So I read that as balance, so I just decided to go ahead and cut off my position and net my last 2R. So I ended up having a really good trade on this one, made around, 3.5R something on the whole trade, which that will do. So really nice, got pretty much to target there. I tried another trade on American Airlines. I absolutely nailed the read on the level 2 on this one. I played it a little early. I took it short on the 3rd minute here at the loss of S5, which I really liked. This was actually my first trade of the day. And then it dropped really nice to the 9, through the 9 and the 20, but then bought up on really heavy buying, at least on the tape. It looked really heavy, and it scared me out. So I went out at a very small profit, break even, but it actually filled me for a small profit, and it squeezed against me, and my stop was the loss of this indecision candle. So I would have taken a full loss on this trade. So I'm glad I went out where I did, but it did eventually go in my direction, but no need to get back in because I had already realized what I was looking for. And then I had a really nice trade on space, just really fun. Remember, we go for R4, I'm expecting breakouts or reversals, and at R3s, I'm looking for traverses to S3. So you can see here, I did a beautiful short on space. This is actually my favorite trade of the day. I did a really pretty short on space here through R3, first partial at previous day's close. That was a really nice hold, almost over 2-to-1 hold there, and then a big chunk out at S3. This was half of my remaining position. And then I did a little add here with the loss of VWAP, and then again we started to rally, and I saw balance on the level 2, so I decided to cut the entire position and net my last R.5 or so. So between both of those trades today, I ended up well over goal, probably almost 3 times goal, my goal being 3R. And then I tried a couple trades on the SPY to round it off, and this was just recently. The SPY made this really nice big move off of S4, and it got above S3, so I longed it as it went away from there. Got a nice pop up. Once it moves into a new range, so as you can see, we've established a range here. Once a stock moves into that new range, if it fails that range, I get out, right? This is so most of my positions are what you would call a responsive position. This position is actually an initiative. I'm basically playing a high of day break, and I'm using S3 as my stop. But once it broke and I didn't get any follow through, not only that, I got heavy selling. I went immediately to break even because I didn't think it was going to work out, and sure enough, it didn't. Came right back to the test on S3, so I decided to long it again at the new 1 minute high. I got a pop, again, back up to the top of this range, but look, this time it doesn't even make it into the range, rather it stuffs immediately under. We don't get the follow through volume as we back test, so I go ahead and move to break even. We get stopped, and it comes down here. Now we've got this push, but this push doesn't have the volume with it that it needs. Right, so this one I would not long because this actually looks quite weak now. So, and those are my trades for the day. I decided to call it a day and not rack up any more columns trying to get a position on the SPY. But I had a really solid trading day otherwise. Like I said, 4 tickers, 2 winners, a couple of break evens, but otherwise all good. I hope that was helpful for everybody. I hope you guys all enjoyed the recap today, and as always, keep it green. Thanks.